focusing primarily on the Currency House trading signals. Recently, if you guys are aware, which I'm sure most of you are, which is why you are in attendance, we did a little bit of a revamp to the Currency House content that we generate on pretty much a day-to-day basis. So we wanted to make sure that you guys were fully adapt and fully capable of taking advantage of the signals. We do get questions from time to time in regards to the kind of points of the signals. It's very simple stuff, but we want to make sure that you guys are just fully aware of what to do when the signals go out and exactly how to take advantage of the signals. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through this webinar rather quickly. It's going to be maybe about 20 minutes or so, nothing too long. And we'll have you out of here by the 30-minute mark guaranteed. But what we want to do is really just to make sure that you guys have a grasp on how the new signals will ultimately help you when it comes to trading, and ultimately how to use them and how to use them properly. So we're going to be showing you how to use them both on your mobile trading app as well as your desktop app. I understand obviously a lot of you, you're not waiting around at your computer all day, every day. Sometimes you're on the go and sometimes you're moving, so it's very important to have an understanding of how to do this both on a kind of like an on-the-go type of situation as well as at your home desktop. So we're going to be doing both of those. We're going to be moving through it rather quickly. I will stick around for the last maybe 5 or 10 minutes of the webinar, just past the 30-minute mark, if anybody has any questions. Having said that, please refrain from asking any questions until the end of the webinar so we can get through the material rather quickly. If you guys are asking questions periodically throughout the webinar, I do have to check it because I just want to make sure that obviously the audio hasn't disconnected or anything like that. So just please refrain from asking your question until the end of the webinar. I'll be more than happy to answer it at that time. But thank you guys again for joining us. So let's go ahead and get started right away. Obviously, we don't want to take too much of your time this Friday, but we want to get you guys ultimately ready for the weekend and ready for the signals as they are going to be coming quite frequently now on. So basically what we're going to want you guys to walk away from this webinar with is ultimately what is the Currency House signal, what we did to make sure that they're new and improved for you guys, and ultimately kind of the structure that changed in the company to allow this to happen. And then we're going to show you guys ultimately how to use it both on a mobile trading app platform as well as the live trading platform. I'm going to be showing you guys some screenshots of ultimately how to create a trade on the mobile platform and create a stop loss and take profit. And then I'm also going to be doing that on the demo platform at the same time. So hopefully you guys will be able to take that all in. The webinar will be recorded and placed on YouTube shortly hereafter. So ultimately, it all comes down to you guys also subscribing to us on our YouTube channel. That's just Currency House. If you search that on YouTube, it's the first thing that comes up. Make sure to subscribe to that as we do post video content about 4 or 5 times a week. And it will ultimately be emailed to you as soon as it is uploaded onto our YouTube channel. So make sure to do that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the first slide here. So ultimately, if you haven't already, super important to download the mobile trading app from Currency House. Highly recommended. It's totally free. It's called X Mobile. You can go to it in either iTunes or your Google Play Store. Basically, just look for this big white X here in the blue background. Just search X Mobile. You'll be able to find it, no problem whatsoever. Use your, you can use your demo account or your real account when it comes to it, and you just put in your account ID and your password that you signed up with your website, and you'll be able to access it, no problem whatsoever. So you guys can go ahead and do that right now. I'm sure a lot of you are probably watching this on your computers, as that's what we recommend. So you should have your phones kind of ready and handy. So if you want to hop onto your store right now and download it, again, it's totally free, and I definitely recommend it, as you can kind of follow through with the application as we're doing the mobile side of it. It kind of helps if you're trying it out as we're going through it on the computer. So definitely recommend doing that if you haven't already. Okay, so this is kind of what the signals will ultimately look like. These are the more detailed signals that we send out, and these are the ones that I really wanted to cover. The signal isn't as obvious as us basically going into your platform and creating the trade for you. There's still going to require some effort on your part when it comes to the Currency House signals. We can't trade on your behalf, and we won't trade on your behalf, so you have to do it for yourself. So we're going to help you as much as we can, and sending out daily signals is extremely helpful. Anybody that has traded with other brokers before or has traded in the past knows that getting a good signal is very tough. Not a lot of brokers do it, and they're because it's not easy to do. If we could send signals that we knew that were 100% correct all the time, we probably wouldn't share it with you guys because we'd be making so much money ourselves, right? But we do have individuals here at Currency House, and now that we've amalgamated a few different teams that we have working, we used to have a team that would work on the morning brief, which we would send out basically every morning, and then teams that would work on the signals throughout the day. Now these teams work together in one coherent whole, so they bring together to you guys daily market updates, not just one morning brief, market updates throughout the day, as well as trading signals throughout the day. We no longer guarantee like a one-a-day basis. It normally falls into about 3 or 4 updates per day, and these ultimately coincide with market activity. So we're not just going to send you guys an email that is just nonsense and is talking about rate hikes all the time, because that's what the morning brief is essentially turning into. Always just talking about the U.S. interest rate, because that's the only thing that was really happening some days. We want to make sure that we're consistently talking about different currency pairs, different stocks that's coming out. So we'll have a massive amalgamation of different individuals from different expertise and different backgrounds that are now going to be able to help you guys trade throughout the day on different indices, different stocks, and different instruments throughout the Currency House platform. So that's why this has changed now. As of right now, these signals are being sent out via email. So because of this, we have a special promotion where we're actually offering a few days free trial to individuals that want to test the signals out, see how they come in, see what they look like, and then obviously you guys need a live account in order to start receiving them. It's not cheap for us to be able to produce these signals. You got to realize that, when we have a team of analysts and traders making these signals for you guys, they're not doing it for free. So we got to pay them to do that. So we obviously need you guys to have a live account to commit to being Currency House clients to ultimately continue to receive these signals. So if you guys can do that, you guys can make a commitment to us. We will make a commitment to you and make sure to get you these signals out every single day. So that is our promise to you, and that is the first and foremost kind of thing I wanted to go over, because I want to show you guys exactly why the signals have changed and what we're doing to help you guys out, obviously. That's something with Currency House, and we always tell traders this on the phone when we talk to you guys right away. We care about the content that you're receiving. We understand that it's a very big part of life nowadays. Good content is hard to find, and we want to make sure that we're the leaders of financial content when it comes to the financial market and financial broker system. We're not just going to get you guys on the platform and throw you to the wind. We want to make sure that you're being educated and you're taking this seriously, because a lot of individuals that take it seriously end up making money. The individuals that just do it and then forget about it, they're the ones that lose money. So we want to make sure that you guys are as educated as possible, and we believe that this new approach to signals and market updates is going to help you get to that point. So having said that, let's go ahead and try to help you guys with the next step, which is ultimately understanding exactly what the signals are trying to tell you, and furthermore execute those trades on the live platform. So let's look at these right now. There's a couple things that should stand out right away. Obviously, they're a little wordy, and obviously, if you read them, there's a lot of jargon in it. Jargon is like words relating to a specific industry that only the individuals in that industry would technically understand. So trader jargon is like things like short, long, order, things that you probably wouldn't understand if you weren't in the industry yourself. So we get it that there's going to be individuals out there that don't understand it. So that's what this section of the webinar is really for. We want to make sure that even individuals out there that are brand new understand the very basics of what a signal entails. So there's going to be a few different things with a signal. A signal is going to first and foremost tell you to go long or short on a particular currency. Well, what does that mean? So when you look at the Forex side of the screen, so this is all relating to Forex, you're going to have two choices when you look at a particular instrument, whether or not it's a currency, whether or not it's a CFD, whether or not it's a stock. You go long or short. You buy or sell. When you buy, you go long. So when you buy something, that's referred to as going long on a particular pair. I bought USD CAD. I went long on USD CAD. That's the same thing. You're basically going long on it with the expectation that it's going to be going up in the future, right? You want it to be going up. So you can see here, buy USD CAD between, don't worry about this yet. So buy USD CAD. So you can see that the mark here, our purchase on buy USD CAD, you can see that USD CAD was rising in this point right here. I'll get on my spotlight just so you guys can see it. But right here, you can see that there was a rise, right, in USD CAD. So this was the signal that we were sending out. We analyzed right here that this was a good opportunity for traders to buy USD CAD because we expected USD CAD to rise, which it did. So if you bought USD CAD right there and you found yourself at this point right here, that would be profit. So that's a successful signal that we sent out to you guys. So that's a signal that is a very, very minimum. You buy USD CAD, you go long on it. We're expecting it to go up in the future. Okay, very simple. Now we get into a little bit more detail about it. Okay, we're going to tell you the ranges, specifically where we think you should buy into it between 1.3080. So those are all just the signal. These are all just the values right here, right? These are all the values on this axis right here between these two marks if crude is below $48 per barrel. So this is kind of like the ideal range to buy it on. So it gets a little bit more confusing each time. But again, at its very, very base minimum, we're telling you to buy USD CAD, okay? So that is the very, very minimum kind of a beginner level that you just got to take in. Buy USD CAD, you're going long on USD CAD today. Set limit order at 1.30150 and 1.3175 in extension. Limit orders are definitely for more advanced traders. We don't always recommend setting limit orders, so that's something if you're a beginner trader, again, just ignore. Much like this next part, only focus on the buy and the instrument that you're trading, right? If you want to see only two things with this particular signal, you should see the fact that it's a buy, you're going long on it, and the fact that you're trading USD CAD. Right there, you know that your particular method, you're believing that the instrument is going to go up because you're buying it, and you know the particular instrument that we want you to look at for the day. So that's all you should be worrying about right now. And then a set initial stop loss order at 1.3065. So that's a question that we get a lot. What's an SL? I don't get what an SL is. What's a stop loss? So we sometimes, depending on the individual that wrote the signal out, it will come in as an SL or a stop loss. That's the same thing. SL is just the acronym for stop loss, right? Stop loss, SL. So stop loss is, if you guys don't know what it is, that's fine. I'm sure most of you probably know what it is at this point, but it's essentially a safeguard that you can put on a lot of different trades that you do throughout the system. And we definitely recommend doing this if you're trading Forex, is putting a stop loss and a take profit. So a stop loss and a take profit basically allows the trades to execute even if you're not at your computer. So basically what an execution of the trade means, it means that the profit that you currently incur, that you currently have incurred on the trade, whether or not it's negative or positive, will be added to your account balance. So that's really good in case, you know, because there always is the chance that the signal's wrong. There always is that chance. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It could happen. I'm not going to say the signals are right 100% of the time because nobody would ever say that. If anybody tells you that their signal or their robot or their trading whatever is 100% of the time always correct, they're lying to you. It's not true. If that was the truth, then everybody in the world would be rich, okay? Not everything is 100% guaranteed. We can only try to make sure that 75% plus of our signals are correct, and the ones that don't, we have a stop loss on them to ensure that the loss you incur is very, very minimal. That's what we kind of always talk about when we talk about risk aversion and risk management. You want to totally eliminate the risk by making sure that the trades that you do lose on are very, very small. So your loss is small, but your wins are big, and that ultimately causes you in the long run to make money, right? So that's why there's always going to be a stop loss suggestion on the signal, because we know that sometimes they don't go as we plan. And we want to make sure that if that happens, you guys have your butts covered at the end of the day, right? So stop loss at 1.3065. So that's right around here. So that's where you would make your stop loss. And I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. So let's look at this one now. Buy. So again, right away, you should see buy. You know you're going long on it, right? GBP, JPY. Okay, perfect. So no matter where you were throughout the day here today, if you were to buy GPB, JPY, so you go long on it, you would find yourself in profit at the end of the day. Look where it ended up right here, okay? Even if you bought it here, even if you bought it here, and at the end of the day, you'd still be up in profit right now, okay? So that's what I'm saying. If at its very minimum with the signals, you can take it as a day-long event or an hour-long event in which you're going a particular direction with an instrument that we're telling you what the instrument is. So that's at a very base minimum. So now we're going to tell you the ideal ranges to buy between 1.5980 and 1.6025. Again, that's just relating to the values on this axis here. And then limit order, again, you don't have to worry about that. That's just for kind of more pro traders in nature. and further continuation very possible to 1.6150. So the stop loss actually wasn't included in this one. I believe it's because a lot of the individuals believed that the trade was going to go quite positively for traders, so they didn't even set one before. It also was possible that this was an extension on a previous trading signal that we had sent out. So this is just two trading signals that we've sent out in the past, and you guys can see that just at its very, very minimum, we know exactly what to do. Buy JBP, JPY between so-and-so, limit order placement at such, and a stop loss placement at another thing. So let's look at this first one here, because right now we see buy USD CAD and we see a stop loss, okay? So we know that we should buy USD CAD today and place a stop loss. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the platform and we'll figure that out here, okay? So this is just an account we have right now. So let's go over to USD CAD and place a trade basically aligned with what that signal had done. So obviously, it looks to me more or less like a safe trade here would be to short it, but let's go ahead and do that same signal, even though that's not the signal for today, just to show you guys exactly what you would want to do. So again, what our signal said was to buy USD CAD, right? Was to buy USD CAD or go long on it. So let's go ahead and do that. So to buy USD CAD or go long on it, it's always going to be the blue button right here, okay? This blue button right here on your screen represents the long side of it. So if you press this blue button, you're hoping that the market is going to be going up in value. Alternatively, if you press this red button, it's the other thing. You're predicting the market's going to go down in value. I'd say right now, just looking at this, the trend is very much pointing downward for USD CAD, so buying is probably not the right move. But again, I just want to show you guys what you would do if the signal was buy USD CAD. So let's hypothetically say all of a sudden I'm checking my email out and I get this signal, buy USD CAD. Okay, I got to get on my CurrencyHouse platform and buy USD CAD. So let's go do that right now. So bought it at one lot, simply press the button, it's instant execution on the platform, just like that the trade is placed. So I'm just going to move this up so we can look at this a little bit better right now. Now, what do we do? Okay, the trade is placed, that's fine. We could sit here and monitor the screen all we want, but like any good trader would tell you, it's always so important that we place that stop loss and to take profit. So how do you do that? It's very simple on the platform. It makes it very, very simple, the Xstation. So you simply go over your buy line, which is your orange dotted line. It's always going to be your orange dotted line, and you click it. When you click it, you're going to see these two lines come up, the blue one and the white one, okay? And if you look over here on the left-hand side, guess what? There's that SL I was talking about, that question that so many people have. What's an SL? Well, that's a stop loss, right? That's why it's on the bottom, because we bought it. So worst case scenario, the market starts tanking downward. And we're not at our screens, right? If you're not at your screen and you don't have a stop loss placed, and the market starts tanking downward, you could amass some serious profit loss. Because right now you see, just because of the spread, when we made our initial purchase, we're down right now. Like our profit's negative. So if we were to execute the trade right now, we would lose $10, right? So we don't want that. That's why the trade's open right now. We're hoping the market swings in the other direction. So, but again, just in case the market doesn't do that and starts dropping very quickly, we want to make sure that we have our butts covered and we don't lose too much money. So again, normally what we say is around 30 to 40 pips for a stop loss on a specific trade. That is very minimal on a 0.1 lot contract, which we always recommend traders to stick to, especially if your account balance is lower than 1,000. 0.1 lot contract, I stuck to at one lot here. It's really simple to go down to 0.1. It's not too difficult. You just keep pressing down. But again, sorry, so let's bring this up once again. So again, you can see the amount of pips here for your stop loss. What a pip is a fraction of a cent. So you can see that on USD CAD here, if I wanted to buy a US dollar with a Canadian dollar, it would cost me $1.30, or sorry, $1.30, yeah, $1.30 right now. But you can see that there's two other numbers here. See, it's 1.3035. So those two other numbers represent the pips. They're fractions of a cent. Like if you were to continue past cents, You know what I mean? The reason we don't continue past cents is so people aren't running around with change in their pocket all the time, right? That's why it cuts off normally at the second decimal. But if you were to continue to 4 decimals after the initial point, then you would have your pips. So those are your pips. So that's why we say about 20 pips down is only like 20 fractions of a cent downward, right? It's a weird thing about the currency market is it moves so small, like so slowly throughout the day. Like if something moved a cent, that's a huge move. That's 100 pips, right? That's a big move in the market, but that's only a cent. You know what I mean? So that's why people, when they make currency purchases on the market, they buy millions and millions of dollars of it. So they feel those pips every time there's a move in the currency market. It's a little weird to wrap your head around, but for a purpose sake, you just got to look at the pips that you're losing here. So how many pips, again, that we want to lose? We only want to lose about 40 to 45 pips on each trade that we have placed. So you just drag and drop. Super simple, just drag and drop, and then click yes. So now we have that in place, so we're basically good to go. We can check back in the market later and see if we've made any profit. But I am a little bit of a worrier, not a risk taker, so we want to make sure that our take profit is also set just in case the market spikes. We want to make sure that our trade is executed and that profit is added to our account. So alternatively, you want to make sure that your take profit is about twice your stop loss, just to ensure that your profitable trades are twice as high as your losing trades. So let's make that right there. So that's about it, guys. Now we can leave our computer, go to our job, go make dinner, go to the gym, whatever you guys want. Whenever the trade moves to the certain degrees that you have placed it right here, the trade will execute and the money will be added to your account. So it's a pretty good scenario for that. And how we got here in the first place was through a currency house signal, right? So we know that we're listening to analysts and listening to traders by creating this trade and ensuring that we have our risk management in place by having this stop loss created. So that's just to show you guys ultimately how to take advantage of the signals, specifically on your desktop. And if you look, even though we're up 30 bucks right now on the trade, right? So the trade has turned profitable since that. So if I actually executed the trade right now, to do that, it's very simple. You just open it up and press X. You can watch my balance jump up 25 bucks here. Boom. So you're like, just added 25 bucks to my account. So very simple stuff there, guys. And if we want to, swing it back in a different direction, we'll see if we can make any cash doing that. Very simple. Let's create a take profit here on the bottom because we just sold that one, right? Remember I said that the market, it looks like it's going to be heading downward in the long term. So I just set my take profit at 86 pips. And let's do my stop loss at the half of that, about 46 pips. Cool. We can check back on that and see if it's profitable in a bit. Okay, now let's hop back and just cover the mobile trading, and we'll go from there. So this is the mobile app. So again, I hope you guys took the time to download it, and you can see it right now. When you first log in, this center screen is what you should be seeing first and foremost. So again, very simple stuff. If you're looking to place a trade on a particular currency or a particular pair, everything's up here: FX, commodities, indices, equities, ETFs. You can just change between that. Once you click on the particular instrument or press with your thumb, or because it's a touch screen, you're going to see it come up. So you're going to see the buy and the sell, the size of the position, and what you want to create. So say the trade, just for argument's sake, was Euro USD, and we bought it again. It was a goal, we went long on it. So it was buy Euro USD, okay? So you click on Euro USD, click on it right here. If you look at the middle screen, it's going to kind of pop up in front of you. You simply press buy. You make your lot size whatever you want, 0.1 lots, whatever you need. And then comes the tricky part, because you're not done after you've created the trade, right? It's going to ask if you want to do it. You simply click yes, confirm the transaction, and then your trade will be placed, okay? Now comes the bit of the tricky part with mobile trading, which is creating the stop loss. Again, just like on the desktop version, we have to create the stop loss. So to do that, you simply click on these 3 lines up here right beside trading. So if you click on these 3 lines, you're going to see this menu come up on the left-hand side here. So you see this big menu come up. You then have to click on orders. If you click on orders here, you're going to see your positions come up. Okay, now you can see the position that I just created. So I actually created a sell position. So sorry, but it was a sell position. So you'll see the Euro USD position up. After you see the Euro USD position up, you click on modify. Once you click on modify, then you're going to see the option to create a take profit and a stop loss. You see the SL and TP right there. So it's just this 3 different movements you have to make on the mobile platform. I know it's a little tricky and it's not like a binary option, but again, this is how you guys are going to make money, right? It's a little bit more tricky. You just got to press things 3 times and you're at your stop loss. So that's it. So just like the desktop version, again, it's very simple. We're going to tell you whether or not to go long or go short on a particular instrument and what you should place as your stop loss. So we're going to have all that laid out for you. And because the signals are occurring so frequently now, you guys with Currency House are going to be able to have those signals about 3 or 4 times a day. Because we wanted to give you guys something because it's Friday, and we hope you guys are really looking forward to getting started on these signals. We want to make sure that you guys are ultimately making money with these signals. We're making it a pretty big investment on our part to make sure these signals are the best they can be. If you guys are looking to make a deposit with your account managers today, we're going to not only give you the new signals for a lifetime, for as long as you're a Currency House trader, you will get them if you make a deposit today, but you will also get our trading course, our Master Apprenticeship Trading course, and a bonus on your deposit. So if you're interested in that promotion, you can either drop me a message right now and let me know, or you can go contact your account manager and let them know. But we obviously want you guys, especially you guys, since you just got educated on how to properly use them, to start using the Currency House trading signals way more frequently. So that's about it for me, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll make myself available for maybe the next 5 minutes. But again, this session was recorded, so if you do want to watch it once again, just please follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube, and you'll get our content uploaded